so much for choosing us. Welcome to Harmony Without Borders, an organization dedicated to empowering refugees through the power of music and performing arts. Today, on this remarkable occasion of World Refugee Day, we invite you to embark on an extraordinary journey with us, celebrating hope away from home at a place where the music of hope and humanity harmoniously intertwine. This is Harmonies Without Borders.
As a refugee, you have no one. What do you do?
When you come from your war zone and you reach in a country where there is no bullet, of course you feel that you are in heaven. I think that I'm the only person in the world. Then I have found my workmate who have the same passion as mine.
Great art comes from the limitations of things.
It's infectious to spread love.
I've never given up. I also try and get other people to not give up.
When we lost our home, music was our therapy.
We are all struggling to meet the same need. Before you think of going far, start from where you are. Despite being refugees, we have something in common. We are all human beings. That's my message.
When I first met Mabiza, I even didn't know he was Congolese. All I knew is he's a very passionate guitarist. I worked with him with a band called Gravity, where we had done a show where we had gone to 19. Were they 19? I'm at 20. 20 slums in Nairobi where they don't get to enjoy this really good music. And that's where I met Mabiza, and we became friends real quick. Mabiza, I want to ask you a few questions. Yeah. How has it been for you to survive in Kenya as a refugee or someone displaced or by whatever brought you here?
Mazee, si rahisi kaka.
Niambie.
Na home ni ngumu. Lakini with time nakuja ku understand unaweza ishi anywhere. Yes. Naona kama mimi hii kitu naona hapa gitaa imesababisha naweza survive anywhere.
Ndio imefungua milango.
Kabisa.
Venye ulikuja nini ilikuwa ngumu sana?
Yaani lugha,
language.
Language ilikuwa ngumu. Unajua mimi natoka huko kwetu Kongo, ni Kiswahili yenyewe ni batoto, naona balienda, bakakuya. Ushaona? Sasa ukiongea
bakapigwa bakofi,
bakakula.
Ndio unasema bakapigwa bakofi.
Sasa kufika hapa hawataelewa hiyo. Lazima sasa ufanye nini? Uanze tena jani za kulearn Kiswahili na lugha zingine, Kizungu. Hivyo tu.
Kama ungekuwa mwanamuziki ungefaulu kweli?
Sasa mimi kukua mbali na nyumbani, sasa ilibidi nishikilie muziki kabisa, because kama tukienda lugha kwetu sisi tunaongea French, huko ni English. Sijasoma huku shule, unaona. Sasa kuna paper, kuna karatasi yote itanipatia kibali ya kufanya kazi kwa ofisi ama wapi. Hapana. Sasa nikatumia muziki, hii ni lugha yenye standard.
Ni lugha
inaingia mahali pote.
Ni harmony without border.
Kabisa. Hiyo umesema pale.
Mabisa, niambie, uangalia pale kama kuna mtu angetaka kujiunga na sisi, labda you are a refugee, uko displaced for whatever reason, utawaambiaje?
Mimi kitu nitawaambia ni hivi. Tumia kipaji chako kwa kuishi. Usikae kulia kwa nini niko mbali na nyumbani, unaona? Unakuwa tu mnyonge huku si kwetu. Hapana, kuna kitu Mungu aliweka ndani yako. Ushaona Tumia hiyo. Kama we ni kinyozi, kama we unachezanga ball, unaona? Kama unajua kuchora, tumia hiyo kipaji natural. Kuimba, kurap, poem, unaona hizo vitu. Tumia hiyo yani onyesha talent yako, dunia discover hiyo. Haijalishi lugha gani unaongea, unaona? We tumia hiyo sababu ikumudu maishani. Hiyo ndio naweza ambia.
Kweli umeongea kama rais. Umeongea kama rais. Guys, for those who are just joining us, this is Harmony Without Borders. I'm hanging out with Mabiza. Mabiza is an accomplished artist. He's not just our band leader. If you'd like to know about Bakolo Kilo, he's our second session band here at House of Panache, where we are trying to connect people, connect communities through the arts that we do. It's not just about advertising. We've learned that the way to a person's heart is through respect, knowledge, intelligence, and a hint of delight. And this is our hint of delight. I want to leave you with Mabiza so that you can know what he's made of. Over to you.
Asante.
Mabiza for you.
Yeah.
He's backed up by the amazing Delvis from the Bay Area, and I mean Kendu Bay. And Delvis Ojoang, an amazing musician from Kenyatta University, trumpetist and a music teacher. Mr. Eric is on keys, also amazing man from the Bay Area of Congo. We've got Mr. Kevin on Maturubdu Tumbu on the drums, and my boy Sita. Karibuni sana, that's amazing. If you'd like to get Mabiza's music, that is from his debut album, African Melodies, that is on Spotify, YouTube, and anywhere you can find good music. Now, earlier today, we got to talk to the amazing Juliani. Juliani, if you know what he does, he's one of the greatest Kenyan rappers we've ever had, one of the greatest poets of our time. And right now, he's what we would refer in House of Panache as salt, the kind of person that changes everything. Here's an interview we had with Juliani. All right, Juliani, thanks so much for joining us. This is Harmonies Without Borders. So grateful to talk to you, know what you're doing, and the work you're putting in to give hope away from home. And that's the theme for this year for World Refugee Day. And the reason why we thought we should talk to you was we saw you last week. But first, salimia umati.
Umati inamata. So na salimia, my name is Juliani. Now of course niko hapa na Viera bro wangu kwa kitambo, so tachekiniaje.
Let's just jump into the questions. Part of Harmonies Without Borders is called cultural exchange, and is where the refugees are bringing so much cultural insights and wealth to us. Tell us a bit about that.
For me, I mean, we can of course look at the worst case. I mean, everything that has happened bad about people ending up being refugees and the negative aspect of it. But if you look at the positive side of it, is that now ukona a pot of different culture, different way of looking at life, different whatever, all in one space. And this is God's way of showing God's way of knitting the future. Basically come up with the color and character of the future. The character of the future is mixed. The character of the future is everybody sharing and rubbing off each other. So for me, you're exchanging important sana, and it's an interesting thing. And if you look at any time in history, every time initially people willingly interact with everybody because of trade. But now, when we interact now, say unwillingly, but also eventually willingly, we all get to rub from each other, marry each other, eat other people's food, wear other people's clothes, exposed to how people think, and eventually that's how a new population of the future is going to be created. So for me, it's really, really interesting what's happening right now. Kama nimejibu.
You've just come from Kakuma.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
When I was in Kakuma, so maybe the background is where 3 weeks or 2 weeks before that, I was in the US. And when I came to Kenya, I was in quotes depressed, like how the system's working. I'm not saying they live in an ideal life, but I'm just saying that when there's order, you feel a certain way. And then with that background, I spent the extreme of that world. Kakuma, Vumbi, Nini. So I didn't know what to expect. And I was in a transition between being in the US for 6 weeks and coming back home and feeling like, wow, man, now I have to start all over again to acclimatize. And then when I was in Kakuma, Eric Manena told me something about drums, African drums. And I didn't get it until I started hearing presentation from Burundi people playing African drums. And then I saw some tribe, hata nimesahau jina yako, wanavasi aje. And for a whole day, I was high when it comes to what each and every person have to offer. 14 tribes, 14 nations coming together in one space. Literally, I understood why we are who we are. I understood why other things are not working and why this is so working, because what we have is so powerful that distraction is the only way to keep it from distraction is the only way to suppress it.
One of the songs you've done amazing music, and part of the reason why we love you is the way you've been a poet in our lives in the last like 20 years or so. And let's talk about what would be, based on what you saw in Kakoma, what would be your exponential potential for those people? What did you see that was exponential potential?
So for me, what I can't articulate it still, because for me, I've never felt that. Because I can tell you, we need better roads, we need structured governments, we need access to water, to all these things. It's so easy to think about what we don't have, and yet lose focus on what we really have. And what we really have is what, in the first place, got humanity to where it is right now. This is the bad thing of humanity. That's what we're talking. That's what led to humanity becoming who they are today. So this is the source, basically.
Right. Give us your parting shot for this World Refugee Day. If you could just change kakitu, what would you change? Because nizile, I'm sure iwezi fix mashida za watu mingi. But kama kuna kakitu ungefanya nini leo?
Language. I will change the language.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't call it refugee. I will call it something else. It's not refugee. Whatever is happening, because every civilization, as we know it, any form of civilization moved forward in chaos. Unfortunately, also moved forward through violence, because sometimes for people to be pushed to be better, violence has to happen. I'm not condoning violence. I'm just saying that we need to change the wording from immigrants, refugees. We call it something else. Cultural ambassadors. We call it. These are people who are going forward to change the fabric of the society as we know it, and the fabric of society will see differently. And we've seen it in immigration. When immigration happens, well, we've seen it when the refugee happened. When they come into a society, they shift how society moves. We saw it in colonization and slavery, how a group of people who were oppressed came to another space and changed the language of that space, changed the culture of that place. We've seen it when Mexicans leave whatever and come to America and change the landscape of that. We've seen when West Africans come to Europe and they change the landscape of that. So we need to relook at the wordings first, because if we focus on the wordings, we always focus on the negativity, and the wordings are people who have given us. We as Africans need to have a new wording to what it is. These are not, there's another word for it. I'm not saying cultural ambassadors or whatever. We need to change the wordings for immigration, refugees, and all this, because these are people who are literally, these are the first Israelites who crossed the ocean and the lake. When then Moses split, whatever, these are the first Israelites that did that. So we need to look at it from that point of view.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
No. I love it. I love how you're seeing it. I love it. It's a very, very good way of seeing it. Listen, kindly, if you don't mind, please, the next coming up next is your lovely song, Exponential Potential. Would you mind introducing it for us?
This is Exponential Potential, and please don't let anybody disqualify you. Don't look down on where you are, who you are. It might be a trigger for the future and what's going to happen in the next coming years. So here is Exponential Potential. Aha, aha, aha.
Yeah. Exponential potential. Wali to the row. Who's laughing now? Exponential potential. Wana drown kwa machozi zao, tunaogelea kwa jasho zetu. Who's laughing now? Milioni from 10 bob, nilitoa wapi extra zeros? Jiulize mbona donati na shimo, shingo shortcut ya mfuko, doni legal, dish kwa rooftop, siya DSTV ya kuomba dish distinct, vampire vegetarian, whiteheads, 9 believers, wanatuita high class, soma college ya nightclub, result slip, haditaman pay slip, toka niwe fittest, baka penye nimefika, God's finger, ima move strings, wali tudharau. Who's laughing now? Exponential potential. Wana drown kwa machozi zao, tunaogelea kwa jasho zetu. Who's laughing now? Nasema who's laughing now? Exponential potential. Achana na toka kitambo nimekuwa photogenic, wazazi wali insist na story ya photosynthesis. Nani ajui udaktari si lazima uwe mrefu, kwa karatasi ya dawa malizange hesabu. Okapo wana need more ink, more pages, jina zifit kwa list. Exaggerate kakufunika pancha na bandage, ndoba yezi hata ngumi ya mosquito. Mi simu important, bila mimi mama mboga hata ana customer. Ngumu kwangu kizungu fluent, but huwezi command umati na influence. Wali tudharau. Who's laughing now? Exponential potential. Wana drown kwa machozi zao, tunaogelea kwa jasho zetu. Who's laughing now? Nasema who's laughing now? Exponential potential. Achana na kuku yangu inalia ina swine flu, iliponiona nikinoa kisu, nilikaribisha ili assume ni pet seafood. Homa inafunika nostrils, coincidentally anapika seafood, akidhani sinusia harufu, uchoyo ainanga karibu. Msoto ikinokdo, niko like you look familiar, we met before. Kuku ina idol ije kenchik, ni death bending. Hard work to get the best out of life, get safe, get the best out of death. Hey. Wali tudharau. Who's laughing now? Exponential potential. Wana drown kwa machozi zao, tunaogelea kwa jasho zetu. Who's laughing now? Nasema who's laughing now? Exponential potential. Achana nao. Wana drown kwa machozi zao, tunaogelea kwa jasho zetu. Who's laughing now? Nasema who's laughing now? Exponential potential. Achana nao.
Survive the fight, yes, where the devil never bring. And I know I will conquer because my Jehovah will help me prosper and take down the throne in the Babylon. Oh Lord, so I say every ghetto you believe by faith. I move mountain, give thanks and praises. No, don't despair, give thanks and praises. shall never leave you alone. Give thanks and praises. I know Jah will never leave me. Thanks and praises is my shield, my God and my strength. Down on my knees I pray. Give me the blessings I say. Jah, in the valley of death, I no worry about them. So the devil them a try and me to lose my way. Oh Jah, I can fall 1,000 times, I rise 1,000,000 times. I say praises, no, don't despair. Give thanks and praises. Jah shall never leave you alone. Give thanks and praises. I know Jah will never leave me. Thanks and praises is my shield, my God and my strength. Down on my knees I pray. Give me the blessings I say. Jah, in the valley of death, I no worry about them. And so the devil them a try and me to lose my way. Oh Jah, I can fall 1,000 times, I rise 1,000,000 times. I say praises, no, don't despair. Give thanks and praises. Jah shall never leave you alone. Give thanks and praises. I know Jah will never leave me. Thanks and praises is my shield, my God and my strength. Hey. Ba-da-bang. Na, 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 hey, thanks and praises, no, don't despair. Give thanks and praises. Jah shall never leave you alone. Give thanks and praises. I know Jah will never leave me. Thanks and praises is my shield, my God and my strength. Na 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 na. Chit chit chit. Na 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 na. Chit.
Yeah! 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 What is going on?
Praises.
What is going on with you?
Praises.
Praises. Hallelujah. That is the source. That's amazing, man.
Thank you.
Tell me,
Yes.
what is the song about?
About giving thanks and praise ukijipata palipopote pale, ukipata dala, ushago, wherever. Thank God manze pali huko.
Aha. And what do you feel about, tell me about the band.
The band is amazing, manze. Hey, it's an amazing band. Thank you, manze. Nimeshukuru, manze. They're playing
Asante
so
sana.
well.
Just to introduce this Source to you, while he's an amazing recording artist, Source has been one of the most prolific Kenyan audio engineers. In the last 17 years in my advertising career, I've worked with Source, who's produced most of my radios, most of my TV commercials. He's been the guy that just makes sure that we sound good and we look good often. He shoots. Source has worked with companies like Mojo, House of Panache, FCIA, Sounds and Pictures, and all manner of production houses that make advertising, recording, and broadcasting fun. Source will be part of Harmony Without Border as one of the recording engineers. We've invited him to join us so that if there's someone out there, there's a refugee out there that wants to check us out, just go to our website. It's www.harmonieswithoutborders.org. You'll meet me there. You'll meet Mabiza there. You'll meet Charlie. You'll meet Source and everyone that is making this thing happen. Source, I'm going to release you a bit.
Thank you.
I'm going to ask the band to just continue with that Nipatieni bed. I want to sing. Give me the same reggae back. The same reggae. Give me. Take it from Joe. No, I don't sing, I talk. I want to tell you something little about House of Panache. As I had mentioned, we started our company to do advertising. Not what we're doing today, but through COVID, we've learned to give some of our best ideas. And I think compassion is one of the best humanity's ideas. And what we've decided to do is to make sure that whatever we do is this humanity in it. But our tagline is ideas for humans. And ideas for humans were like this. The advertising sometimes can just tell you things that are not honest, things that are exaggerated. It's called hyperbole. But we've tried to make sure that we maintain our communications to the peoples, the slums, the people who cannot find good information about medicine, about education and all that. Next on stage is Bire. Let me tell you about Bire. Bire lives his life as a testimony of endurance, faith and passion. This 31-year-old from Dandora is a worship leader, gospel singer, songwriter, choir director, and a multi-vocalist. He is a Groove Award winner, Extreme Awards Vocalist of the Year, the Cover Song Artist of the Year 2019, 2018, 2020. No one cares anymore after he won 17 of them. Since we started our company, Bire has been here. He's been one of those who do our jingles. He writes most of our jingles and sings them. He's worked for Safaricom, Pwani Oil, Sour the Bathing Soap, and all manner of jingles. Give it up for my boy, Mr. Bire.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Bire, so nice to have you.
Me too.
Very, very humble to have you.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Harmony Without Borders.
Yes.
What's your role again?
It's such a great initiative. Number one, music is the only language that everyone can hear. All right? We can have a language barrier as far as your communication is concerned. But when we start singing, it's all totally different. We understand one another because music connects souls. And that's what is important. So this is such a great initiative, I can tell you.
What is, I've seen you lead worship, I've seen you direct songs.
Yes.
Why do you think refugees struggle either maybe to join SEMA, like a worship team in a Nairobi chapel church,
yes,
or maybe a Nairobian church? What do you think is the struggle? Is the church sensitizing? Is the church sensitive enough to allow them not to take advantage, but to allow them to participate in the community freely? What is that challenge?
Number one is the language challenge, because mostly our friends come here while they are talking in French. Others are talking in, I don't know what, Luganda. And I think that's the biggest challenge. But of late, I've seen churches now opening up their arms. And like in Karura Community Chapel, where I pastor, we have several of them. We have several of our friends who are in the worship team. And we have incorporated them. And we are learning together because they have a good culture that we can learn from, and we have a good culture that we can also learn from. And so we are trying. Right now, I can say we are trying, exactly, to incorporate our friends. Yes.
As we prepare to see Bire's performance, Bire has done, this is what your 5th album. Is this your 5th album or the second one?
No, the 3rd album.
The 3rd album?
Yes. The second one was Wimbo Wangu.
Wimbo Wangu, which I was the executive producer.
You were the executive producer.
Yes, that was amazing.
Exactly.
Now you have a new one.
Yes.
Tell us about it a bit.
So this album is called The Gig Up, The God in Good and Bad.
Hallelujah. Hey, boy, pull up. Party. Repeat.
So what?
I think I do a giga. If you're in Safaricom, if you're watching us from Safaricom, there's a giga idea.
The Gig Up. It's the God in good and bad times. So that is my
God in good
and
bad times. And now I'm just thinking about a refugee. People are not refugees by choice. Imagine what it takes for you to even travel to Mombasa.
Yes.
How much you prepare. But when war happens, you're not able to do all that, and I know how it would feel for someone like Mabiza to see him here. Mabiza, I'm loving your story of resilience.
Yes.
To see these guys playing the music they play.
Very true.
For me, it reminds me to stay humble.
Very
to
true.
know that I've not gone through what they've gone through.
Very true.
But yet I'm able to look at them as family.
Yes, yes.
What are you about?
And I think number one is just to appreciate the fact that, number one, we are in a very peaceful country. And it just takes one silly mistake. And so it's very important for us as the Kenyans, all right, to first of all think about ourselves and other people, all right, because we can make a silly mistake and we end up fleeing from our country. So it is just a call from ourselves to mind how we do things and mind how we, we get attached to our politicians at some point, so that we don't find ourselves in such a predicament that only us brought it to ourselves. Yes.
Ah, nice one. I want to leave you to perform.
Yes, yes.
What song are you going to do?
Let Praises Rise and Nifunze.
Ah, beat it.
Thank you.
Let praises rise, let praises rise to the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Let praises rise, let praises rise. Higher and higher, let praises rise. Yeah, say, great and mighty God, yes, go. The beginning and the end. You know everything from the start to the end. What you do, we cannot comprehend. None is to be praised except you. No one is powerful more than you. A faithful God, we raise a praise to you. Say, let praises rise, let praises rise to the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Let praises rise, let praises rise, higher and higher, let praises rise. Yeah, I've seen your power. Hey, in my weakest point, you came through stronger. What's it? None is to be praised except by you. No one is powerful more than you. Our faithful God, we raise a praise to you. We say, let praises rise, let praises rise to the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Let praises rise, let praises rise, higher and higher, let praises rise. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're lifting up the name of Jesus up higher. Lift up his name, lift up his name, lift up his name. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, we say, let praises rise, let praises rise to the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Let praises rise, let praises rise, higher and higher, let praises. Come on, come on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, oh. Yo, let praises rise. Come on, come on, come on, give. Lift up a praise to Jesus. Lift it up, lift it up. We go back to Africa. Are you ready? Are you ready? Come on. Makofi ni mbili. Kama miaka 6 iliyopita, hey, sikuwa na jina wangeniita, sikuwa na wimbo ningeimba, sikudhani maisha yangu ingebadilika. Hey, pole pole tu minasonga juu, unanifunza tu mwalimu wangu. nifike mahali Baba nijiinue. Hayo makofi na hizo shangwe na hizo nduru zisinichanganye. Hayo makofi na hizo shangwe na hizo nduru zisinichanganye. Baba, nifunze, naomba nifunze, ikiwa sijui kukuabudu Baba, ikiwa sijui kukupa utukufu. Baba, nifunze, naomba nifunze, ikiwa sijui kukuabudu Baba, nifunze, ikiwa sijui kukupa utukufu, nifunze. Ninaimba juu uliniita, nikifika juu pokea sifa, nisiwe na roho wa kujiringa, isifike siku nipewe sifa. Pole pole tu, ninisonge tu, unifunze tu, mwalimu wangu. Kuchikama kiburi Baba nikianza, bila wewe Baba nitazama. Hayo makofi na hizo shangwe na hizo nduru zisinichanganye. Hayo makofi na hizo shangwe na hizo nduru zisinichanganye. Baba, naomba nifunze, ikiwa sijui kukuabudu Baba, ikiwa sijui kukupa utukufu, nifunze. Baba, nifunze, naomba nifunze, ikiwa sijui kukuabudu Baba, ikiwa sijui kukupa utukufu, nifunze. Hayo makofi na hizo shangwe na hizo nduru zisinichanganye. Hayo makofi na hizo shangwe na hizo nduru zisinichanganye. Baba, naomba nifunze, ikiwa sijui kukuabudu Baba, ikiwa sijui kukupa utukufu, nifunze. Baba, nifunze, naomba nifunze, ikiwa sijui kukuabudu Baba, nifunze, ikiwa sijui kukupa utukufu, nifunze. I want to talk to you back at home. I want you to stand kindly and let me teach you a dancing style called Shikararua. Are you ready? Very simple. Are you ready? One more time, do it. Are you ready? We go! Whoa, whoa! Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hey, you're hot. Hey, you're smoking. You're smoking. You're also you're smoking. Mtu wa mwagilizo drums maji, they are smoking. You're smoking. Man, makofi kwenu. Yeah. Bire. If you'd like to check out Bire, he's on YouTube, Spotify, anywhere that plays good music. It's a Bire for you.
Vocalist.
The vocalist is Bire, B-I-R-E, the vocalist. He will be one of our teachers here, one of our trainers for Harmony Without Borders. And I'm so privileged to have you, man.
Thank you so much.
Energy.
Oh, yes.
Energy.
Energy. Synergy.
We've got to finish, man. For all those people who are able to join us today, that's Bire, the vocalist. Check him out. And all these guys have very, very active Instagrams. They are musical teachers. Not here kujua tu nilijulia kucheza kanisa. These are people that have gone to school to get to understand performance. I also have a master's in performing arts. Again, and I would be so privileged to share my knowledge with you. As we celebrate World Refugee Day and the theme, Hope Away from Home, let us keep the echoes of harmony alive within us. Let us embrace compassion, ignite belonging, and build a world where every refugee finds solace, acceptance, and hope. Join us on this extraordinary journey of compassion and belonging. Together, we can create symphony that resonates across borders, uniting hearts and transforming lives. This has been Harmonies Without Borders. My name is Vera from House of Panache. I was backed up by my friends, Mabiza Pro, Delvis Ojuang, Mr. Eric, Kevin on drums, Sita on bass. May God bless you, and for everyone who got to tune in and to check us out. This is Harmony Without Borders. Go to our website, www.harmonieswithoutborders.org. We've got an Instagram page that's active. You'll meet some guy there called Isaac. He'll be so ready to help you. We've got a Facebook page that's active. Again, I repeat, if you would like to support us as a volunteer, go to our website. If you'd like to support us as a donor, or you have something that you can help people, say maybe keyboards, musical instruments, a space we can take, that would be so welcome. And if, my dear friend, from wherever you came from, whether you are forcibly removed by war, famine, or whatever made you come to this beautiful land of ours, Kenya, we welcome you to House of Panache. Come check us out and let us know how we can amplify your talent. Harmonies Without Borders, my name is Viera, and I'm out! Thank you so much.